How we doing, guys? Got the LeSharo up on the lift today. We are going to work on some suspension. You can kind of see where somebody has put in. I'll get over here on this one. Shop before me put in square tube, 1/8" square tube as for their lift blocks. Well, that's not what you should do. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to show it. So if you look right there at the top of that piece of square tube, you can see it's already bent. I am the only person that has driven this motorhome since that has been done, and I assure you I have not gone off-roading or down any even bumpy roads. All I have done is driven it to my shop down a road, down a paved road. So somebody cut a corner that I'm not exactly sure why you would do this. I mean, I would have done this probably in my high school days. But it's not smart. I mean, there's $10 worth of material here. You can see right here, it's bent down. These are, like I said, $10 worth of material. I ordered in some blocks to go in there. Solid blocks. They won't bend. They have pins on them, holes. They won't move. They were $49, maybe $39. Can't remember. So whoever did this saved $30. Let these soak. All right. Back it up a little bit. So I got a transmission jack that I built my own kind of attachment that specifically for axles. There we are. So I'm going to be doing some voiceover recording here, so I can better describe what I'm finding. First of all, I noticed that the shocks had to be dropped or disconnected from the axle, so I could drop it down just that extra inch or two. And then I looked at the brake line and go, well, that's going to be at its max when I fully drop this thing. I'll zoom in here and show you what all should have been done. This piece,
The proportioning valve up there that I just touched on the cross member should have been dropped down 3 inches with the lift blocks, or just merely putting in a 3-inch longer line, 4-inch, 5-inch, doesn't matter, just a little bit longer. I also noticed the sway bar
you can see it
and some links on connected to it.
Very well.
They need to have been dropped 3 inches as well, and that's what's inevitably ends up pulling the axle forward where I can't line up my blocks. And the lighting's terrible. I'm working on it. So
there.
But there's
the brake line
doesn't have a whole
and the
lot of
proportion
play
valve
in
up there
it.
on the cross member. Either one, you could just lower one or the other,
Also,
or lengthen the other. It's easier to
your-
lengthen the other. And
See if I can
here's the sway bar that
get you to see
is
your
mounted up on the frame. Should have been dropped down.
sway bar here shouldn't be at this angle. It should be down here as well. So whoever did the conversion, who lowered this, because they lowered the front suspension as well to clear, looks like probably to clear the pan on the engine. Put these lift blocks in. Didn't put any blocks here, which that has to be corrected as well. Let's see if we can let this down and hopefully we'll get enough just to just enough. There we get. Oop, there we go. That's enough. Get this guy out of here. You can see that sway bar is trying to pull that axle forward. Jeez. All right. We'll get rid of those. Well, it's pretty straightforward and simple. Just cleaning those surfaces off so you don't have any junk or grime on there. They weren't cleaned before these were put on. Like I said, there's 0 dirty miles that I put on it, and it's got a pile of dirty stuff in it. Looks like our blocks fit through in there. We're gonna have to do a little bit of modification. These are a little bit, our pins here are just a little too long. Oh, boy, that camera. I'm not good at being a camera guy here. Terrible. See if we can, whoop. Focus, come on. Or not, don't focus, we don't care. Anyway, you can see that pin just a little too long. So I will get back here in a minute and I'll shorten these up a little bit. All right, I'm back. So I got my turn. I'm backwards in the camera. Here we go. You can see I cut, focus. You can see I cut those studs off. We're only allowed 1/4 of an inch on there. That's all we have room for. I also noticed after I cut this off, I thought, well, you know what? Let me go look at those other blocks that guy made. So, see if I can. You can kind of see a hole there. I know it's dark. Let's see. How's that? So you see the hole in the middle, and that's goes up there on the locating pin on the leaf spring, right? Well, it's got to have a stud on the bottom side to go in the spring perch. And, ta-da, this side, see the hole is here. Turn it over to this side, and it's smooth. So he had no pin in it. Which means, if it did get loose, even if it didn't come apart, now the axle has the freedom to go forward and backwards. Which would cause it to dogleg and crab walk down the road, or cause an accident, or possibly kill somebody. I mean, that's the kind of thing a shop thinks about. Obviously, that's why it's here. Is we are fixing everything that was skipped over, missed,
or improperly done. So let's install this block. See if my cutting it off helped us. Should have, anyway. And we'll zoom in there and try. Maybe I'll move the camera over here. So you can kind of watch anyway. You're not just watching my back. So, our block fits wonderfully now. You probably can't see, but the hole is in front of this locating pin that's in the bottom of our leaf spring. And that's because our sway bar is at a completely wrong angle. It didn't get lowered this 3 inches like everything else did. It was left alone, which may cause us to fight it a little bit to get it back where it goes. I'm not even 100% sure I can get it to go in there, but I guess we'll find out. So our hole is here. We're roughly about 1 inch off. I don't know if, come on, I'm going to push it back up. Oh Lord, no, I can't. I'm going to have to take that sway bar down, and sway control bar was in a bind. So I'll back it out. Like I said, you can, maybe I'll pick the whole thing up here. There's our sway control bar that is at a horrific angle, but I can't get, without putting everything in a bind, I can't get those pins to line up. So, and we'll continue tomorrow to build some mounts that then bring our sway control mount down 3 inches so all the geometry is back to correct. So let's back it out here. And you can see, geez, look at that. So at full, if you're fully extended, and which you shouldn't be on your motorhome, but you never know, you hit a big ugly bump. That brake line is at its max, so that was potentially going to break. We'll have to extend that as well. All right, well, let's go ahead and pull the top of that sway bar down. No, it's a great hole. So you gotta hold it. And put it back in there. There's some space. Wow. Don't mind. Surface. Make right. Make right. All right. What's that? What's that? We'll get the other side up, then we'll come back and torque it.
So, let me just go up and over in here. I'll try to stay out of the way as best I can. Maybe I'll try to get below what I'm working on. You know, I never realized that YouTube is a whole bunch harder to do than a guy might think, because I'm trying to stay out of the way so you can see what I'm doing. Well, that isn't always real easy. Makes things a little bit more difficult, and you got to be conscious about it. Otherwise, somebody watches a video and they get to see the back of your head or your back or some other part of the video that has absolutely nothing to do with what it says it's doing. You're just watching a guy stand there doing it in front of himself. So, So torque specs on these U-bolts is 44 foot-pounds. All right, we'll move this back over here, and oh, come on, bend down. There we are. We'll finish this side, and then we'll call it an evening, and I'll go feed my hound dogs that are out there crying because they told me they're hungry. So, when you're torquing these down, even though it seems like it's not a whole lot, you always want to have lube on your bolts, because if it's dry, you won't get the same torque spec. Well, you got the blocks back under it. Part of it's done correctly now. I will post this video. We'll get started on the rest of it tomorrow. I'll pull those down and build some brackets, and we'll go into depth on building some brackets for your guys' LeSharo. I guess I didn't realize there was as many people following these motorhomes as there are. And I guess this conversion is a pretty common one. So I'm here to go back through and correct what was done, and hopefully share with you guys how to do it correctly. So if you'd please like, subscribe, leave some comments. I have yet to get a comment. Like I said, I'm new to this whole YouTube thing. Let me know what you want to see. Ask some questions about where we're going, because we got a whole bunch of stuff to repair. We have exhaust, we have, all of that. We also have the inside, which my clients want fixed and repaired and maybe made over. So please drop some comments, let me know, and we'll catch you on the next video, which will be tomorrow. Thanks, guys.